Recording. Hey Desiree, how you doing? This is Professor Vet. I just got your email today a little bit later, so I'm just getting to it now, but I wanted to fire you a quick response. Just show you how to solve this proof. It's a little hairy, but it's good that you're struggling with it. Okay, first thing I would do, I'd look at line 2. And it's a not B wedge G, so I would De Morgan's that. And I would go not B and not G, and that's 2 De Morgan's. Remember, if you have nothing else to do, do a De Morgan's. Now I'm going to separate, I'm going to break up a happy couple. I'm going to get a not B from 4 and E, right? And then I'm going to get a not G the same way. It's going to be from 4 and E. Okay, so now I'm moving along, and I'm going to look at what I've got. Well, I look at line 5, and I have a not B. I look at line 1, and I have a disjunct. So I'm going to do a DS, and I'm going to get this part right here, right, from disjunctive syllogism. And that is 1, 5, DS. Okay, now, what does that do for me? Well, interestingly enough, I'm going to do a modus tollens. I'm just going to look at what I have, which is a not G, right here. And I have a, let me increase the size here just a touch. And I have a G. So if I have a G and a not G, that's going to give me modus tollens. Think about it this way. If it's red, this part here is if it's red, then it's colored. It's not colored, so it is not red. So what I really have is this antecedent right here. I have the negation of that. So let me just select that here. So I get this part from 6, 7 modus tollens. Alright, now, still don't know what I'm going to do. I have a not this and this, so I'm going to actually do a De Morgan's on this thing. And I'm going to get not D wedge, not E wedge F. How do I know to do that? When you are stuck, do a De Morgan's. Anytime you see a not blank and blank, just do the De Morgan's. It's going to take a while for you to realize when you're going to use De Morgan's, and it's just lack of familiarity. But having applied it twice in this proof, you'll find the next proof that you use it with to be a little bit easier, and then you'll just nail it as time goes on. Okay, so now, what do I have here? Gosh, it's tough to say, right? I have some strange stuff, but if you look at my original line 3, I have a premise. I have a happy couple. I have D and H implies all this other stuff. Well, I'm just going to break it apart, and I'm going to get my D from 3 and E, right? Now that should be immediately clear to you what you're going to do. You're going to use line 9 and line 10. You're going to get not E wedge F. That's going to be from 9, 10 DS. Remember, that's the funny disjunctive syllogism where you could do a not D, and so you could do the not D. Now you have not E wedge F. Okay, this requires a little bit of backtracking and looking at premise number 3. Let's see if we can get this proof done before my son comes and hands me something. Hold on just a second. Okay. So look at line 3. It's a conjunct, right? It's D and H implies E wedge F. So all I did was, just as I used 3 and E on line 10, I'm going to use it again right here to give me H implies E wedge F. Awesome. That's my son solving the proof on Thomas. Okay. And then, we're almost done, I promise. If you look at what you have H implies E wedge F. Well, I have a not E wedge F, so I'm going to do a modus tollens to get a not H. And that's 11, 12, modus tollens. Ta-da! So hopefully that makes sense. Here's how you work it. I'm just going to run through it again real quick. This first line is an application of De Morgan's. So line number 4 is just an application of line 2 and De Morgan's. Then I break apart the happy couple. Then I use line 5 on line 1 to bring this part down. This D and E wedge F implies G. Then I take this part here and I say, oh, I've got a G in the end, so I'm going to do a modus tollens. I'm going to get a negation of the antecedent of line 7. That's right here on line 8. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to De Morgan's this result on line 8. I'm going to get not D wedge, not E wedge F. Then I'm going to look at my third line, my third premise. Hold on, Max. Let Daddy see that for just a second. Then I'm going to do a double negation on line 9 and 10. Or excuse me, I'm going to do a disjunctive syllogism. Okay, my wife is a saint. So here we were. We did a De Morgan's on line 8, right? So we get not D wedge, not E wedge F. Then I have a D from line 3. I just bring it down, right? I'm just breaking apart a happy couple. Then I use lines 9 and 10 together to give me not E wedge F. Aha! Well, now I see right here on line 3, I can bring down H implies E wedge F just by doing breaking apart the happy couple. In other words, finishing what I started on line 10 with the and E. Then I have it on its own, right? H implies E wedge F, but I have not E wedge F from line 11. That gives me not H, which is what I wanted to conclude. Have no mistake. This was a tough proof. I hope this was helpful, and I appreciate your emailing me, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier today with this. Okay, Desiree, here you are.